we have Cardinal John Onaikan, we have Alhaji Aliko Dangote, and then former military and civilian leaders, as well as civil society actors and traditional rulers. What is the purpose? What is the essence of this National Peace Committee? The essence is to ensure that our political gladiators, people who are actors in elections, should actually commit, to a peaceful process, But what have we seen over the years? Over the years, what we have seen is the fact that in as much as these people actually come to the table to actually sign this peace accord, what has happened is that, it is actually, the opposite of what they sign in the peace accord that we see before, during, and after elections. Now, let us even dissect those things that are contained in the peace accord. What are those things? The first thing there is, the peaceful and issue-based campaign. Now, what are those things that actually make up issue-based campaign? Your campaign should be based on the issues. What are you going to do in all the sectors? I'm talking about educational sector. I'm talking about culture and tourism. I'm talking about the security sector. I'm talking about the economy. I'm talking about technology. I'm talking about agricultural sector and all of that. What are you going to do? These are issue-based campaigns, okay? And the second thing inside that accord is to reject violence in its entirety. Now, according to Goodluck Jonathan, penultimate to the 2015 general election, he said the ambition of any politician should not want the blood of any Nigerian. Okay,
Doctor,
so those are the things.
Just hold your thoughts there. I'll come back to you. Let me come back to the studio right here. Sir, you heard what he was saying, and then we watched what happened yesterday. Now, the controversies that many Nigerians have been talking about is why was the president not there physically? Also, even the presidential candidate, the former vice president Atiku Abubakar, was also not there, even though they would say, okay, their representatives were there to sign and all of that. But what exactly do you make of this peace accord? Do you think it is significant to national security as we proceed into the this campaign season in Nigeria?
All right, thank you. You see, when we come to the issue of peace, it's never anything too much to do for a nation like ours. Peace is critical to any growth in any nation. And if we have come down to the level of election always bring violence, then the peace accord signing is very important to see how we can mitigate or reduce the violences that will be coming from different parts of the country. Now, when you want to canvass for peace, you have to canvass from the angle of what are the issues that normally bring about violence during election or during election campaign. See, most of the problems we have had in this country always emanate from pre-election campaign. Go and watch now. We saw in what happened in Osun before election. We saw how many people that were killed, that were removed suddenly. We know some families that are grieving now. And yes, we were told that 100 people have been arrested. But the truth is this, my brother, the people that are dead are dead. There's no way you can get those guys back to life. And election came and it's gone. But people that have been affected, they are now mourning. So if we say, they signed peace accord too. I remember when they were all called together to sign.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yes.
And when they were signing in my heart, I said, this is just a waste of time. You get what I'm saying? It's a waste of time. Why I said that is, it's as much as it's a significant step to take. There is supposed to be a follow-up by all the armed forces, and including DSS, and all of them supposed to come in to have a roadmap, like how they're supposed to come up with their own campaign. National Orientation Agency supposed to come up with their own campaign. Everybody's supposed to come up. Churches, religious houses, the traditional leaders, they all need to come out, not just to sign. Signing is just a ceremony. What is critical here is, what are the things that we need to do as a nation to curb or to salvage these issues of killing before election and at times during election? That is my problem. Okay, we have underlying issues. Have they been addressed? What are the strategies put in place to make sure that there is no killing anywhere? There is no hate speech. Hate speech, because that is number one thing that normally ignites violence any part of the country. Like what happened before election in Osun State. The imam that came out and said all those things and talk against the Christian in Nigeria to today, nothing has been done about that guy. They have to sweep it under the carpet. Those are the issues. See, when you want to campaign as political parties, let there be law, let there be rules, let the armed forces be ready to make sure that any campaign, let Bond be ready to step down any campaign that is an hate speech.
Perhaps that's why some Nigerians are conversing that rather than just having this peace accord committee that does not have any form of government backing, that can we integrate this into a constitution?
See, even in constitution, it's that one is just paperwork, because they said almost 50 people were killed, 100 people were arrested. What is the outcome? Okay, constitution, if allegedly, if the people that were killing, okay, the man that say when you see them, kill them, where is he today? Has he been picked up?
He was arrested. I mean, he was only
interrogated, and he's back home.
Yeah, I'm back home. Yeah.
Okay, in Yoruba land, he said, ọmọ kulano, ajekalano, ọmọ kuleni. Tani ọmọ pé aje ló pa ọmọ tó kuleni. Who does not know it was the witch that campaigned yesterday that he will kill the child, that killed the child? So you see, there should be total no room for hate speech. Even in campaign, when they are going around from one state to another, everybody has to see. If you have a good agenda as a candidate, there is no need to say anything that will instigate or start violence in any state. Do not see. We know in this country, once you are the head or you are a candidate of a political party and you are the ruling party, there is this tendency for everybody to want to do. As I remember 2023, a guy in Surulere was carrying double barrel and was shooting puka. Let me see you before election. Let me see you come near us. If you are not for APC, don't go near Po. I still remember what is Oluomo coming out to say we would beat the hell out of you. I still remember the NYSC guy that was beaten to stupor. And we have government.
And there's no consequence.
And there was no consequence. No, but nothing was reported.
Okay, now I bring it to yesterday. Just yesterday we heard the Minister of FCT even talking about maybe perhaps a speech or some of these inciting statement. He said that if the president or the government had wanted to win Osun State, that they would have gotten it. That if he was there.
It's a lie. He should refute that statement. Listen to me. It is Let me not talk. Go ahead.
No. Why I brought that up?
You know, I do not like when people just come up and begin to say, if president is not the generality of the people of Osun State. If president want to come back to vote, allegedly that is from Osun State, he will only do one vote. He can't do more than vote.
No, it was
so
actually,
that statement is an arrogant statement.
No, I guess it was.
He cannot tell me that if president wants that election to fail, it will fail. See, we are now in the international global space. People are watching. As you are doing your calculation, people are also doing their calculation. Why were they all calling Davido? Oh, step down. Go and face your music. Don't do that. Shut down your calculation. Because we are now wiser. The game has changed. If you are APC of 20 million, there is still another 80 million somewhere. See, I told my president, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Oga, I'm Yoruba man. I am a Yoruba man. Do things right. People will want you back. It is not now to say to me, I saw what he said yesterday through his representative. It is not a do or die. But you have once said it. He said election is not won by vote. It's one, you grab it. What kind of statement is that? Those are not statements that are supposed to come from a president of a nation.
Okay, let me come back to it. So, Doctor, now, if you look at the legality of this peace accord, this national peace accord, you will discover that there is no legislation that has, nationalized it in our country. Now, how do we now bring those who fought this, who decide to go against the principles of this peace accord? Some of the tenets that is enshrined in those documents, how do we bring them to book when it's not having any legislation that backs it, or some, pronounced punishments that could be meted on some of the people who violate the principles? So how do we ensure that candidates who signed yesterday heed to the instructions?
Thank you very much. Of course, asked earlier that why was the president as well as Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, why were they not there yesterday? And of course, that question is actually very symbolic. It's very symbolic in the sense that, these are two major players in the 2027 general election. And I expected that both of them should have been there yesterday to actually sign the peace accord. Don't forget that the body language of these major players also matters a lot, because they have a very large following. And if they don't actually commit to this, to this peace accord, now what their followers are going to do eventually will be something that may be antithetical to this peace accord. Now you ask the question that how are we going to actually solidify this peace accord in such a way that we bring in legality to it. Now, as it stands, it is not backed up by any law. It is not in the constitution of the land. However, certain mechanisms that we can use to actually ensure that this peace accord is actually adhered to. The first one is stronger enforcement of sanctions. Stronger enforcement of sanctions. Now, my colleague in the studio there was actually saying that all the people that have actually committed one infraction or the other since 2015, that have been publicly prosecuted, and of course, is actually facing the music right now. At best, they will just be invited for questioning, and that ends it. So there should be stronger sanction. These things that we are doing, these things that we just talk with the words of mouth, actually will not help matters. The polity, the security agencies, as well as the military should ensure that anybody that has committed any infraction, the person should be arrested and should be made to face the full wrath of the law. The second thing that we need to do is continuous voter education.
Doctor, now
voter
in a case where we have candidates who is an incumbent, perhaps a governor he has a governor or a president who enjoy an immunity, who is contesting for a re-election. When you said that the security agency should go after such a person when they violate these principles, how would they now ensure that that law is enforced when there is, an instant immunity on ground?
That is why we talk about, that is why we talk about, strengthening of our institutions. If the institutions are properly strengthened and empowered, irrespective of whose horse is God's, will actually not interfere with the entire process of bringing those that have committed infractions, to justice. Don't forget that these governors, the president, or these presidential candidates will not themselves come and begin to snatch votes, come and begin to do hate speech, come and begin to do all of those things. But their foot soldiers are the ones doing it. And if these foot soldiers are the ones doing it, the security agencies should go after those people and ensure that, need to face the law. Okay? Now, like we said, and we have always said, now the ambition of any individual is not worth the blood of any Nigerian. Okay? Now, we should not, because of election, there is still life after election. Okay? And one of the things I've actually noticed in Nigeria is that Nigerian politicians are not good, that they don't know how to actually play proper sportsmanship, during election. They don't lose election and then accept, the result of the election, hook, line, and a lot of them.
Just hold your thought. I would like to come back to the studio. That same question, that we have a peace accord. We have what you call National Peace Accord being signed, but it is not backed by law. Now, he was saying something like, okay, the way we can enforce this is that the security agency should, wake up to their responsibility by ensuring that they follow up on communications, on hate speech and all of that, and then bring any perpetrators to book. Now, I'm saying that we also have those who are the incumbents in power, who perhaps will be running for, contesting for second term as governor or even the incumbent president. Now, how do you now ensure that they comply fully with the principles of this peace accord?
Okay, so at this kind of, I believe so much in foundation. When we want to talk about complying with a rule of law, a constitution, a bill that has been passed, the truth is, enforcement should be the last thing. What should be the first thing is the people themselves. Sir, if I am a leader, I own the people what is called being responsible. If I speak well, my people will speak well. If I'm a president and I've already come out to say we are going to grab it, everybody is getting ready to grab. A president that is well coordinated, a president that believes the blood of any Nigeria is not worth it for any election, will be mindful of what he will say outside. Will be mindful of how to do good governance in the country. But when a president is already instigating issue, you are saying which rule there is immunity, you can't arrest him. There is governor, you can't arrest him. But that's why I said it's not arresting him that is the solution. Let them as a leader be mindful of what they say, because they know nobody can arrest. He came now yesterday to say election is not a do or die affair. Fantastic statement. But before now, you have already instigated an issue that could make that guy in Osun State to come out and say, when you see them, kill them. Every leader should be careful what they say outside, because whatever you say will not be used. See, the law says will be used against them, but in this context, they are the president, they are the governor. Nobody is going to arrest them. When you have followers that are in good numbers, and they are listening to you, you are waiting for your command. It is whatever you command them to do. Your foot soldiers will do whatever you ask them to do. You say, everybody, go to your polling booth, go to your ward, scatter. It is scatter. See, even after arresting them, there's nothing you can do about it. Because the person in question will come back to say, don't arrest my people. I was there in 2023. He said, release all my people. Don't arrest my people. And they were all released. So
you are talking about the power of incumbent could play.
There is nothing you can do to any incumbent, be it as a president or as a governor. You can't arrest them. All we are just pleading is, let them as incumbent be responsible. Let them have fear of God. Let them know that it is not a do or die thing. Let them not be Dracula that want to drink people's blood. Let them be mindful of what they say. Hate speech is already a law in this country. But every day, we hear it every day. Who is arresting what? Nobody. When you say things that will instigate violence, you should be taken. Who has taken the imam in Jos? Nobody. But what I'm trying to say is this: it is not the law that is really, really important, because nobody will arrest the president or the governor. Let them themselves have the fear of God to say things right, do things right, go in a neat way to make this country. We already now we have insecurity situation in this country. Election is coming. The people that we have at different insecurity flashpoints all over this country, they are not even enough to cater for the security of this country. Election is coming in. Have we made provision to say, okay, this election, those people what you want to do now, you want to bring them back to come and secure vote. It's not possible.
So you're talking about even the personnel.
Even the personnel that were arrested are not enough, because they already are one front fighting insecurity. Now, when the election is nearby now, who are the people that will secure the vote? It is already obvious. It's already what's the name? It's already porous that people will want to take law in their hand, because there is no much force or security personnel that will take care and secure our votes. So the planning is not now. The planning ought to have started since. Do you know that in this country, I see a lot of people that will not vote because of insecurity? Yes.
Okay, because there was a report like that even prior to election in Osun State.
Yes.
The civil society said the fear is voter apathy due to this intense
violence every year and there. They will not vote, because see, and I'm one of these persons. I'm one of the advocates for come out and vote. But when you are telling them come out and vote, are you the one that will secure them? What are the provisions to secure them? Yes, sir. So if somebody is making a speech, nobody to arrest him, that same person will gather his guys together. Guys, we have work to do. See, we must deliver our word. We must deliver our polling unit. We must deliver our state. When you have the command to go and deliver, and you know that appointment is by who deliver and who does not deliver.
So if you don't deliver, what happens?
It's a desperate situation.
Okay, so now let me come back to you, Doctor. Now looking at some of the, I think both of you have almost the same mind concerning this peace accord. It simply shows that it's, basically impracticable kind of, or enforceable right now until it becomes perhaps part of our law. So now let's go into this campaign properly, because it's starting today. I mean, it started already. Now, what are those things would you want to see from candidate A, B, C, and the rest of them talking about when we talk about this issue-based campaign. What are the points would you be looking out for?
Thank you very much. Like I started from, that discussion, I said that, Nigeria actually is faced with a lot of challenges, and the challenges are us. Now, it is these challenges that is actually making a lot of Nigerians, particularly the young ones, to either, japa, you understand, God, or take to crime. Okay, now we are talking about the economy that is in dire situation. Okay, the economy is in dire need of intervention. Now, this is actually the best that the present government can do or can give us in terms of the economic policies. Now, can we try another person, or can we try, other, can we look at other manifestos, particularly as it relates to economy? Can we look at other manifestos as it relates to a subsidy removal or subsidy payment in this country? Can we also look at their manifesto when it has to do with agriculture? Because this government have actually concentrated their attention basically on road construction, and a little have been done about the economy, although they talked about policies of particularly the floating of the exchange rate. They also talked about policies about removal of stuff. But what about agriculture? What about the educational sector? What about technology? What about culture and tourism? Okay, these are areas. What about solid minerals? What about some of these sectors that is hitherto not being discussed by this government? The other day, the government was actually asked, by the former Senate president to say that only road now will go chop. You understand? This government, if you talk about the ministers that are actually in this government, there are more than two. I am talking about the minister of FCT and then the minister of works. These are just the two ministers that are actually, working that are very pronounced in this government. Can we look at candidates talking to us about issues? What are those things that are contained in their manifesto? What are those things they want to deliver to us as the president of this country? Those are the things. So let us not concern ourselves with hate speech, with vote buying, let us respect the rule of law and all of that. Let me even let you know something. From 2015, we have been signing this peace act, but do you know that every election cycle we have had cases of hate speech and incitement. We have had cases of attacks on campaign convoys. We have had cases of vote buying and voter intimidation. We have had cases of destruction of campaign materials and big billboards. We have had cases of clash at collation centers. And we have also had cases of disinformation, cases of and all of that. See, what we are doing in this country is actually a lot of talks without action. Okay, even this thing that we are talking about, the fact that it is not backed by law, there is actually it is part of the functions of NEC to actually prosecute some of the offense, electoral offenders. It is part of their job. Now it is part of the law form or institute or establishing INEC. But INEC actually has a lot on her plate, and they have been talking about the creation electoral offenders tribunal been
Special
crying.
court for electoral offenders.
Yes, they have been actually demanding for electoral offenders tribunal. He said, can the National Assembly actually make a law instituting electoral offenders tribunal so that the functions that INEC has, because like I told you, it is part of the law setting up INEC to actually prosecute electoral offenders. Okay, but INEC has his hands, full already. They have been crying to the National Assembly that they should actually create electoral offenders tribunal. Now, if this electoral offenders tribunal is created, some of these electoral offenses that are actually, committed by, politicians and their cohorts can be reported to this tribunal, and the tribunal will do justice, by prosecuting them.
Okay,
So,
okay.
like your guest in the studio actually said, it is not just about.
Just hold on
Okay,
for a second. Now,
okay. Let me just. Okay.
He was talking about us having, though it's not just him saying it, this has been in public space for some time now, that we should have, a separate court created for, electoral offenders, even prior to election or post-election season. Do you agree with that? That will play a very good role going forward.
See, going forward, well, it could be, but me, I do not really have much trust in the judicial processing of this country because I have been abused severally by that aspect of the governance or government where justice have not been served several times. People that have been arrested, nothing has been done severally. And so because of that, my thinking has changed from let justice take place, because the people in charge of the justice system, they are also appointed by the government of the day. And they belong to a political party. And most of the time, when they are the offender, who is going to pick them? And when they pick them, they will still release them. Somebody came out 2023. You said moving forward. I don't like to move forward like that. Let us look at where we are coming from and see how we can mediate the best solution. And who is going to do that is the president. The leaders at different categories, at all the categories, at all levels, telling their followers not to take law into their hand. But because they are also very desperate, they are not saying anything. You talk about manifesto and campaign, don't instigate violence, don't say hate speech. The truth is this: if you know your onions, you know what you are capable of doing for this nation, you will shun violence. You will tell your people there are several ways to campaign, and there are strategies to campaigning. For an incumbent president, there is so much opportunity for him. Had it been, the country is stable, the economy is stable, the security issues are being resolved. He does not need to say much. His works will speak for him. But when you are going to be using little things to want to campaign, and then you want to grab election, to me, that means you want to use force. Let the other candidates that are coming with the president to campaign, let them go and write it down. When the presidential debate will start now, some of them will not attend, because they will want the people that want to work will say their things. The people that will not work will give excuses for not coming. Because it's not a law that all presidential candidates should attend a debate.
Because they are not compelled to.
They are not compelled to. You understand? But a responsible president or candidate who should be able to come and face my people. This is what I have done for you. This is what I've done for you. This is what I've done. I want to do more. Can you? I'm pleading with you people. Bring me back. I promise you, what you saw will be different from what you are going to see. I will do more. It's very easy, in a different way of campaigning, but because there is nothing on the table. Look at the economy of the nation. See the suffering. The level of suffering is we have empowered poverty in this country. You are wearing suit, you're looking good like this. Go outside there. It's painful. Go out there and see how people are suffering. Go and see how a family cannot even afford a warm meal for a day. Somebody is here cannot even afford back-to-back meal for days because they cannot afford it. Thankful to our social media, how some of these our content creators are going out to help this little with their little money to help others. Thankful for that. That means Nigeria, this country, we have people that we have compassionate Nigerians that cannot withstand the suffering of the people. These people that you are talking about, when they come into government, they will just drive by. They don't want to care who is dying on the road, who is sick, who is hungry. They are not seeing anything. Nobody is ready to look at anybody. So what I'm trying to say is this: it is an opportunity for us to come out and tell the whole world, Nigerians, that we mean well for this country. Anybody that does not mean well will not campaign well.
Now, looking at campaign well, or anybody who does not mean well will not campaign well. Now, some Nigerians will say we've always had campaigns. You know, if you look at even prior to 2023 election, if you listen to some of the things the now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said, one of the critical one he said is that by all means is going to give Nigerians power in 4 years. And he said, if at the end of this time and I come back and I fail to, to fulfill this promise and I come back, I say, give me back your vote again. He said, do not vote me. So that is coming back to my question. How do we now hold these people responsible for the promises they made to the people?
See, you can't hold anybody. The only way you can hold them is through this in the next election. I have come to tell you I want to give you power. I tried my best, but it didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. Don't come and give me excuses. The only way you can deal with me is to not vote for me. What are you going to do to the president? If he's promised, and that is why I will always say this to everybody with their voting power. Your vote is your power to bring in the right person that mean well for the nation. Don't vote people that have failed in their promises. Somebody will tell me, I came in, I met a nation that is destabilized. Sir, while you were campaigning and you are putting your house in order, what were your strategies? Do you not know that it's already upside down? Were you not seeing what is in the country? Then you came in. Suddenly you came in suddenly. You went ahead to impoverish the people the more. You saw it. Were you not supposed to first do your arithmetics? If I remove this thing, what will be the cost of this thing? The day of your campaign, of your inauguration, is the same day you announce that subsidy should be removed, and on the spot, there are no rules. There are no steps. There are no, this is how we are going to go on the subsidy before you remove the subsidy. You didn't think about it. You didn't plan it. You didn't strategize with your economy team. You just came and the next thing you do was to remove the subsidy, and on that same spot, 1,500 naira was introduced on pump price. And because of that, everything was 300% increase. Before you know it, inflation setting. Before you know it, poverty enter, and people are now tired of Nigeria.
But we're talking about that. If you recall, you discover that he inherited it. The late former
He
president.
inherited. Why did the former president not put it?
I mean, but there was no provision for it in the Appropriation Act.
He inherited it. Buhari saw it, and he said, "I am not going to remove it." See, the issue of subsidy, I am in support of it. It is how it was done that I'm not in support of. If they had sit down to look at what are the pros and the cons of this issue, what will be the side effect of the issue, and they were able to, they said they came up with palliative plans. Where are they?
They talked about some cushioning effect.
Where are they? That is not cushioning effect. Before you remove some, what is running after you? Oga, calm down. You are the president. Oh yeah, let those things be on. They say, I am going to be removing subsidy, not immediately the same day you are sworn in. You don't have the people, you do not have the heart of the people in your heart. You do not have them in your quest at all for good governance. Because if you are thinking about them, you're supposed to think up for them that, okay, this thing will affect these people. Let me not go like this. And Nigerians, they have been disappointed. Let me just tell you straight. They are disappointed. If you like carry the whole Akpabio and the whole nation into Osun State, they walk back home with nothing. Because people are looking at who is going to come to their rescue. Anybody that is contesting now, let them be strategic.
Okay. So talking about the strategies, Doctor, I don't know if you are still there. Let's look at some of the strategies for this campaign. You know, the campaign season is another opportunity for citizens across the world under democracy to choose a new leader. Is it they are supporting or endorsing or allowing the incumbent to continue just like we have in Nigeria now, or trying to change? So that means the people have the power to employ or to sack. So what happened when elections are not seen to be transparent to allow people make their choice? Okay, I think I will get back to him. So I wanted to answer that question. Now, some people have said that, in fact, the reason why some don't go out to vote is that our vote don't count. Some have said that I'm not going to be the one to decide who becomes the next Nigeria. Now, let me give you an example. Prior to 2023 election, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said, "It's my turn." Where he was speaking in Ogun State, and he said, "It is my turn now." So some people have said, okay, he said it was his time, and he became the president, obviously. So some have said, it is not the people that determine who governs the country.
Don't say that.
What do you say to them?
Don't say that. See, it is very possible to say that it's not the people that vote power in. The truth is this: they have been disappointed many times. Does not mean it will continue like that. If we were to be, vote will not count, Osun will not come to pass. Remember, let's go back to Osun. What happened in Osun did not happen in Ondo, in Ekiti. Because APC came ready, prepared. Ekiti of last one, the same scenario was what played out. Do you know how many former governors that was with what was his name? This new Ekiti governor.
No, not new. It's
Oyebanji. Okay, this Oyebanji.
The second time.
Do you know how many people that came with him? The senior president was there. All the federal government artillery, they were all there. And he won. And I said it here on this studio that there is no magic. The candidate contesting against him can win, because number one, they do not have that. They are not known by anybody. Yes, they have been in the civil service, they have done a lot of things, but when it comes to governorship of a state, they were not the right candidate to contest with Oyebanji. And Oyebanji, I said it's going to be a walkover. And indeed, it was a walkover. Now, they came into Osun State, because the man is on ground. That man is on ground. He's not only on ground. He was on ground with the Osun people. Your vote will count. If you know what you are doing, you are man of the people, you have done several things for your state. it will count. Let Nigeria be guaranteed that it will count. Let the president could say Emiloko that time, because the opposition party, the same way they are going now, I'm saying it again, the same way they are going, they are not serious.
So you mean we don't have a formidable?
No, except Nigeria. If the opposition parties are not together, Nigeria should come together.
That's the people.
The people, the voters should come together and look for their leader. Because the opposition, look among the opposition party.
But they have to use a platform. And it is the platform.
Let Nigerians look for an opposition party that mean well for them. It is not, see, it's possible for them to come together and they begin to betray themselves behind the scene. But let Nigeria be the one to dictate who they want. President did not win in Lagos now.
Yeah.
President did not win in Abuja. President did not win in so many states. Upon the fact that he said they will not come.
And the ironic part of it is that those states he didn't win. Most of it, I mean, if you check back, they were even governed by APC. They
were. Here you understand. So see, we have come to the time in this country that the people know who they want, especially now, and that was why I was always begging my president, do the right thing, govern well, rule well, people will follow you. You don't need to canvass too much.
I mean, when somebody is out of...
Davido said APC came in with bags of money.
He allegedly said they had over 100 billion for the election.
The truth is this. In the Nigeria of today, they will collect your money, they will not vote for you now because of the poverty that is on ground. The people know who they want. So it is now an opportunity for you that want to campaign now, campaign well. Talk to people and mean it. Embrace Project Nigeria as your core. Don't listen to all those sacrifices that are following you around. Look at Nigeria and let Nigeria be your priority as a candidate. And you will see that Nigerians will follow you. Because Nigerians are also tired. That's the truth. They are tired. They have seen it that, okay, people, leaders are actually very wicked. Okay, when you came in, you removed subsidy. The ripple effect of subsidy came on the poor. They became poorer. Why did you not think about that? Why are you now going after the poor now to say, vote for me? If I were the poor, will I vote for you? What have you done for me?
Yeah, they might say there's some road.
What road? Is it road? And I like what he said of recent. I don't even know what is wrong. I don't know. He said something of recent. He said governors should stop building bridges. And I said it on this stage. I said, what is this road? Ask me, what is the percentage of budget last year that was spent? My colleague, he said it's only 2 ministries that were running well. Where are the budget for the ministries? I happen to have entered some ministries for what will benefit this country, what will benefit the youth, and at the end of the day, they will tell you no money. I enter agriculture, what will benefit the nation? They say no money. So where are the budgets? Where are the money? Where are the trillions I'm hearing? What are they doing with it?
Our budget has not been fully implemented. It's in record.
2025, not implemented. We're almost August now. September is here. The year is gone. In fact, campaign started today.
Yeah.
That's the end of governance, because president is going to be very busy. President will be going from one country and one state to another. Which minister will be going to want to do anything now? The money before the campaign, there was no money. Is it now that the money will be available? The governors came together and raised a lot of money for what? Who knows what the money meant for? And he said, he initially said that we should go after the governors, that he has given them so much money. I remember in this same place, I said, governors, why are you people so wicked? That the money that president is giving you, you are not spending it on the state. Okay, rather, everybody they are just packing money for themselves.
Just hold your thought for a few minutes. let's invite some of our viewers across the world also to call in. I mean, the phone line has been bustling, and I want to give some of them the opportunity to have their say on the show. So the number will be on your screen right now. You can also call in to have your say on the program as we proceed. You matter also. You are Nigerians, and this discussion, this analysis, it is all about you. It is all about me. It is all about every one of us as citizens in Nigeria. So you can call in and let's have your say. So I come back to you. You were saying, you mentioned subsidy removal. You said you were not against it, but the implementation of it, like there was no provision to have.
There were no prior plans
to make
that ought to have been on ground. You are the president. You just came in. Calm down. Calm down.
Okay, let's pick our first call from Maiduguri. Mohammed from Maiduguri, welcome to the Polity.
Yeah, good afternoon to all of you. Good afternoon, Nigerians.
Good afternoon,
good afternoon,
Mohammed.
Good afternoon. This my man, he is really making sense. So what he's saying is really affecting everybody. The pain that touches everybody in Nigeria is everywhere. That is why my cardinal point is Nigeria. There's nothing like the Muslim or the Christian. No, that is not the issue. The pains, if you go to market at the same price you buy Maggi, the same price you buy salt, all of us are passing through what is called real difficulties. And as a result of wrong policy. You see, if you are a Nigerian, you must think like a Nigerian. I used to live in Abeokuta before. I know what it is. Every part of Nigeria you go, the same situation, the same story. As a result of this issue of fuel subsidy, devaluation of this naira that caused this unnecessary hardship. We are pleasing IMF and World Bank policies that are made by white men for their own purposes. Now we have almighty high foreign reserve kept with America in Wall Street. What is it for? That money is for those people to serve themselves, not we at home. So that is why sometimes I'm now insisting that we either reverse this value of our money and defend our money, look inward instead of everything importation, promote this our idea. So many things we have in this country. About a market, we have so many things. If we can look inward and promote ours, just like the way Iran are doing it. They were in sanction for 14 years, and look at what they are doing. Almighty world powers are even afraid of them now because they look inward. So without outsiders, we can develop ourselves. We can do as well like this, but unfortunately, we created unnecessary preachers, unnecessary religious leaders, unnecessary things that are not really bringing us together, dividing us all the time, promoting what is not meant for us. These are the things that are giving us all this trouble. Otherwise, we can speak with one voice. All of you, when we were playing football those days, Super Eagle, when the Super Eagle is playing, every part of the world are saying, yes, Nigeria, Nigeria. Why? Because they are playing with unity, and that is what our country should be. Not allowing ourselves to come be like a mockery. No, that is not the issue. We will come back together to our senses. That's because the issue of this electoral...
the campaign, the peace accord signing and the campaign which has started today.
This campaign of a thing already right from day one, after they are swearing in governors and the head of presidents, of them, the politicians, they started changing naira to dollar, 2027 and above. So they are busy making money. That's why most of the go to state without the state inviting them into their state affairs, because their state House of Assembly members and whatever, they coordinate themselves and continue to stockpile the money. So that is of the election. Already the poverty has reached a stage where, some people can even collect any amount from a politician, but notwithstanding, they can collect by agency. Cannot take you to more than a month, not less of 4 years. So that one is in everybody's mind.
How many Indomie are you going to collect to sustain for 1 week?
Enough is enough. That is one.
Okay.
If the President Bola, before the conclusion, if he can change, some of these wrong things that are going on.
It's late.
It's late. If there's time for him, there's time for him. We can now call for the revaluing of the Naira one to some of these difficulties that we're passing through, artificial difficulties. They start putting eye in it. Some of these sabotaging his government and various ministries, they start putting eye on it. Let me tell you, if you can expose 2, 3 people and be brought to book, I am telling you, everybody will wake up. I am giving you one example. Let me before I conclude. One example. The in the Federal Ministry of Finance that they don't normally implement pension, gratuity, whatever, workers' entitlement. They will keep it. They say this one will not bring them any profit. They put it up at the table. They will process contractors' files for them to collect the money and give them percentage. Those people can be brought out and punish them publicly. I swear to God, Nigerians will know that, oh, the president now has this torchlight watching some of this abnormality.
Okay, Mohammed.
People at the ground will understand that the president is now listening to the cry of the people. That's one of the methods. Because that's why now in Abuja, there are soldiers or ex-military are protesting against non-inclusion of their pension or whatever. I saw it on one of the social media just now.
Okay.
They are protesting. Those people that serve this country, suffering for this country, and they are being neglected. Okay, can you imagine? The president is the commander-in-chief of the whole country, and yet things of that nature is happening under his own roof, and he cannot be able to act on it. It's not proper. It's not proper. Some of these advisors are close to the president.
Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you for your thought. Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Okay, doctor, I want to come to you now. You know, we lost your signal a few minutes ago, and we'll be, hoping you come back, and thank God, thankfully you are back here now. Now that the campaign has started, what are the things you think we should be looking out for as citizens? What are those things that you think citizens of these great country called Nigeria should look out for in each candidate? Because campaign is just like, you are bringing yourself forward for screening, right? For employer. Perhaps you are going for a job interview, and you need to convince your employer or prospective employer why you need to be employed by them. So what are those points you think the people right now should focus on, listening to each one of the candidates who want to take up the job of the executive in the executive head of Nigeria? Doctor, can you hear me?
He's not there. He's just...
Okay. Let me come back to you. I think he's still having some network issue there. Now, I was just trying to ask him that if you go for a job interview, you are hoping to be employed, and then the reason why you are asked to come for interview is also for your prospective employer to listen to you, perhaps check your level of capacity in terms of delivery on the job. Now, what are those things that you think the people of this country, the citizens, perhaps those who feel that the country is not working right now, what are those issues, those campaign-based, that we think we should focus on right now in terms of, this is the way forward at the moment, whether we want to go with the incumbent who is the president now or look for an alternative? What are the points you think they are very necessary at the moment?
First, if you are looking at what the buy-in of the people,
yes,
what you need to do to get the buy-in of the people. Food insecurity. If you can deal with food insecurity through the insecurity that are in existence in all our farms, farmers can go back to farm. People can freely do their harvest. Nobody is paying money to one bandit inside one forest.
I mean,
you are paying. You have to pay
to harvest.
They are not killing them now. Harvest, first give him my food. Then allegedly, that's what we are told. Then you will pay
to harvest your
crops.
You
will not have access to it. That's why we are having this major issue of food insecurity. Deal with, one of the president's policy of forest guard is to pay more attention to it, to cater for farmers, rural farmers, so that they can be able to feed themselves, feed their family, and feed the nation. That is one. See, the Naira devaluation, critical. I know that we are looking at international. See, I like that we have reserve. Let there be policy in place that does not stop giving them money to go and be building roads that we don't need. It's good to build roads, but the truth is this: let there be more the budget for Ministry of Agric. Release it. The wife of the president came and said, let every household be able to do what? Farm. Fantastic idea. Small scale farmers, bargain farmers. Do it.
She has even exemplified it by herself.
Yes. Then she's always, she said it from the beginning. Then also, let's deal with corruption. I catch you as a corrupt leader, you will be hanged. Let's change our constitution and hang people. By the time you see one person, two persons, three persons hanged, you will behave yourself.
Okay, just hold your thought. Let's take this call. Welcome to the Polity.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. Where are you calling from? Your name?
Yes, it's Abdullahi. Abdullahi from Fatika.
Okay. You can have your say. Go ahead.
Fatika, that is
move
your
from
local
the
government,
TV.
Kaduna State.
Please reduce the volume of your TV, or you move away from it.
Yes, I use this opportunity to extend my greeting to you, KAFTAN TV Abuja.
Thank you very much.
Please, I want to call on Nigerian ahead of 2027 elections that let us learn from what was happening in Osun State. That we
the volume of your TV set is still very much. Can you reduce the volume of your TV set, or you put it off completely?
Okay. Yes, I'm now calling on Nigerians that let us vote wisely, and campaign is starting today. Let us know that our life is more than everything we are thinking in Nigeria. So let us take care of our life. Let us take care of our properties. Let us take care of our children. Let us do campaign wisely without any kinds of damaging or properties or lives or something like this. This is my contributions to all Nigerians. Thank you very much. This is Abdullahi Fatika from Fatika, your local government, Kaduna State.
Okay, thank you, Abdullahi. Thank you for your call. Okay, so he was saying that, we should, generally, of course, these are things that a lot of Nigerians are craving for. So you can continue.
So, let us deal with corruption. If we don't kill corruption, it will kill us. And if you want to deal with corruption, you have to first deal with yourself as the president. Let all the government agency ministries, I don't know, there have to be some policies, some bills that have to be passed to deal with corruption. And because the truth is this, the people that want to deal with corruption, they are corrupt.
Do you think this government has fought corruption to a standstill?
Do
you think we have?
God, please help me. No bit from my mouth, you go hear that one.
But can you say that to an extent? Of course, we have some record of what Emefiele, you've seen Emefiele trial, you've seen now the former Attorney General of the Federation, Malami. In fact, 48 properties have been confiscated by the government. So don't you think that is a win against corruption?
See, if I want to score them, I will score them 10 over 100. Because the issues you raise now, the Malami issue, is the Emefiele issue, they are just one out of several corrupt issues that we have in this country. It is a thing of joy now to be corrupt now in this country. Because you see it's very glaring. President said, you people should stop building bridges. And the people are just quiet, they are still building bridges. What is that one for? That is corruption. Who are you doing it for? Because you are using it to cut away the resources of the state. Go to the doorstep of everybody in your state. Make things. How many youth programs have you seen that has empowered people? Youth. How many agri projects have you seen that has gone to everybody's household?
The government will be talking about NEF fund. They've been talking about that also.
The NEF fund is a loan. It's a loan. Go to other countries. Money is given free. It's a grant. It's not something to celebrate. Fantastic idea. But it should have been to assist people. Oga, when you finish this thing, and it must not stop at the university. The God have said that severally. Let it be. I like what our Minister of Education is doing. All the kinds of all the policies that they are introducing, skill acquisition, all those things. They are fantastic idea. So that when you come out, you can be self-empowered. You can empower yourself, you can empower your family, you can empower your community. Fantastic ideas. But you see, when you come out of school, I was passing by the NYSC camp today. Almost every quarter, somebody is coming in or is going out. Plenty NYSC. Plenty people seeking for job. And our SME is almost dead. Okay, we have small medium enterprise agency of Nigeria. What are they doing? What have they done? How many people have they empowered? How many smallholders farmer, smallholders enterprise have we been able to create? How many hubs? When we were growing up, we saw Oshodi. We saw industrial hub in Oshodi. What stopped us from having industrial hub in almost every local government of this country? That's supposed to be the job of Ministry of Trade and Investment, but under that is serving and that is leading Smida. What has he done? Except to just go and be speaking English everywhere. There are several ways we can industrialize this country that everybody will cross-pollinate, and I will benefit from your state, you benefit from my state because of what you have in your state that I don't have. There will be production. I did a book many years ago, 37 untouched mineral resources in this country that we have not touched at all. And it's across many states in this country. Who is doing what on that one? We are not supposed to be poor because we have so much to handle. We have so much to do. If President pull out 10 million Nigerians that are ready to go into SME, poverty will die. Poverty is not a rocket. 75% of American economy is based on industrialization. Cluster, small, medium enterprise clusters. And they are doing very well. They are collecting their tax. The people are selling. Hey, go to China, the same system. Every household, at least in a household, you will see at least 6 or 7 products. People are thinking. Nigerians are not lazy. Nigerians are intelligent. But there's no empowerment. There's no support. You can't go to bank. You can't do anything with the bank. Let's go.
Okay, just pick this call quickly and get back to you. Okay, welcome to the polity. Who am I speaking with, please?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
My name is St. Isaac
from
Rivers State, but I got to be precise.
Okay, you can have your say.
Okay, first I love the program, giving Nigerians voice and then an avenue to air out their voice to better the country.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Like your guest in the studio has analyzed so many issues, and he is just hitting the hammer on the nail. Just that Nigerians, we've been subjected to a point that even if Nigerians has to say anything, it will not change the way our leaders has concluded to rule the country, because we have a system that I tag a promise and fail system that is not working. It only works for some set of people, and then for some set of people it's like a walkover. Because in a country where we want to desire a change, it starts from the agencies we put on ground to help us fight things. So whereby you see some things happen and then you turn eye as if maybe it doesn't really matter. What do you expect? Tomorrow the person is going to do worse. Also, that happens today is because the voice was loud. The person in question as a governor knows his right and can follow it to any case. In 2023, Nigerians spoke. What was the outcome? We're here in a state where, somebody claimed that he had won, but when the result was announced, it was shocking to everybody. The institutions that are saddled with the responsibility to make sure that electoral offense does not go unpunished. How many has been brought to book? The ones that were caught red-handed, what was said of them? Some cases just swept under the carpet, giving rooms for more. That okay, at this coming election, I'll just grab a peanut and then do whatever I can do. If I'm being arrested, after the news flash, hey, the person goes scot-free. And then we travel abroad, we see the system working. Coming here to implement it is a no-go area because we want to gather, save our unborn children, travel abroad. When you have small headache, you're traveling abroad, and then the poor man on the street whom you claim you are ruling have headache, cannot even afford paracetamol. The rise that you're talking about, palliative and all the rest, is because Nigerians have been subjected to the point where they can accept anything to see the next day, not as if they are okay with it. If you give Nigerians a voice, Nigerians will speak. But if Nigerians speak, would people start with responsibility to carry out actions to see that things are changing? Today is as if maybe if you do anything and then you have somebody at the top, you're okay, you go scot-free. But when the poor man does the same thing, justice is served with immediate effect. Where are we heading to? But one thing we know is that everybody is going to give account, whether you do good or you do wrong. When you go to your closet in your own, your conscience that does not take pride hits you hard, and that is the real judgment. That is the real judgment. Nigeria of our dream is Nigeria that foreigners are coming in here. Colonial masters came in here during slave trade that like we were told. They sourced the resources in this country. Today we are still where we are, traveling out to those same countries, enjoying what ordinarily ought to be enjoying here, and then we'll come back here. We'll pretend. I bet you, if INEC should conduct election in your family house today, the result will shock you. Would your brothers will tell you that this is not what we voted for?
Okay,
okay. Thank you for calling. We have to go now. Thank you so much for your calling. We appreciate you. Okay, so I just want to have your last say on this as we are, planning to round off this particular episode of The Polity today. Now, you have said several things. In fact, several of these callers have agreed, align with your thoughts. Now, my last question, perhaps to you also, would be, even the electorate themselves, many a times we use certain sentiments to judge who we are going to be voting for in our election. So in 30 minutes, what do you have to say about those who also do not follow even these campaign promises? They just follow based on one sentiment or the other, perhaps religion, ethnicity, and whatever it is.
If we see how people are that now as electorate, something is wrong with them. See, listen. We have quite a number of electorate that are selfish. Most of the people that you see that are electorate that will see evil and still go ahead and vote evil, they are just selfish. They do not have Project Nigeria in their heart. I have had many advances where some people came to me, let's work together. I told them, no, I can't work with you because I have conscience. It is about Nigeria, it is not about the individual. Okay,
I'll just have to, thank you for coming on The Polity today. I've been speaking with Mr. Adeolu Adeyemo, a public affairs analyst. So that's going to be my take on The Polity today. Until I come your way again, Polity is always available and bringing the current affairs to you. So we'll always come your way. And so you keep being a good citizen of Nigeria. I am Matthew Obisheson. Bye for now.